It's Moss. I'm an astrologer, and I haven't done a transit update in quite some time, so just been chilling. But I was watching the Leo Kings uh, live stream before last on Pisces 12th house and the hidden enemies, and Pisces season being about dissolving boundaries. And I took down some notes on the sextile. Sextiles are 60-degree angles. Um, it is, you know, it's an opportunity, it's a harmonious energy, not so much a gift like a trine, but it's an opportunity. You can be positive or negative or left, saying of the spectrum or right of the spectrum. So I'm breaking down each 12th house and the sign that is there and the sextiles for both of them. So the sextiles from the 12th house will be the second and the 10th. Okay. Um, but yeah, his live really inspired me to sit back and question, like, what, 12th house is hidden enemies, but it's a sextile. So when you're taking opportunities with people, places, and things, situations, there are opportunities not just for yourself, but for others, or opportunities for places, or opportunities for concept, or opportunities for um, love, but love, someone can be jealous. Love can turn into a love triangle. Love can be a desire or confused for lust. So, um, if you have Aries in your 12th house, just jump straight into it. If you have Aries in the 12th house, then you have um, Gemini in your second house. So the sextile or the hidden enemy, this is going to be working with an individual that is wishy-washy or unreliable, from the standpoint of you gaining or expressing independence from your dreams. You're being an individual. You can separate yourself from your dreams, right, and be disillusionment with that reality because fire burns through reality. But you could have an enemy in the second house of your values or your possessions via, they might say they have some equipment for you and not have the equipment. Or they might say they have the equipment for you, but then it comes at a price. It comes for some sketchy idea. It comes from another scenario. I see aliens from planet Mexico every day. Why was I just, not to get distracted, I'm not getting distracted with the live, but why was I just quoting that Kendrick Lamar, starting to see spaceships from Rosecrest, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, not your average Nate. But yeah, so back to it. Second house, Gemini's here, so you're dreaming of objects that may bring high frequency or high frequency of two-faced individuals or hidden enemies that have, this individual is a Gemini, you know they're two-faced, but their actions were, because you have the sun, the moon, the ascendants and stuff, so their action, the sun sign, or the moon sign, what have you, this isn't necessarily going to be a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant, but it might be someone with that uh, archetype. Um, you know, um, hidden enemy in the 10th house. You know what I'm saying? Aries in 12th house. This is a Aquarius in the 10th house. So hidden enemies via the revolution, or being the revolutionary for public figures, manipulating your status. This could be a publishing agent that spins a narrative about how you are one way versus how you are in your 12th house behind closed doors, or how you are independent of your imaginations to where you're separate, so you can see your dreams, you can see where they would carry you, you can see the actions you need to take, but you have people, places, and things that are trying to revolutionize and usher in this new world, but you just want to be on your personal craft, you know what I'm saying? Like, or someone trying to govern the creative direction, and this could breed about a restriction because the 10th house is Capricorn house, and that's a square. If you have Taurus in the 12th house, Taurus in the 12th house. You have Cancer in the second house. It's hidden enemies via your way of manifesting. Like I put an example, the 12th house has to do, not it doesn't have to, but it deals with psych wards, mental health, rehabs. So this could be with Taurus here. This could be like, okay, you have the psych ward, but you are gonna use the medicine. Oh, do I even? You're gonna be using the medicine or purchasing medicine, and this might be an individual that they secure the items, but they hoard them for themselves. It's Cancerian here, so it might be like it might be trying to do what's best for its family, his or her family, or a nurturing. Um, someone might be manipulating this Cancerian energy in the second house to get more of um, what they can get from Taurus, manifesting, grounding, being secure, while his dreams are just floating up in la la land, but it's still manifesting tangible things down here. So it might get it tied its dreams and imaginations into this tangible thing right here and get wrapped up in that. Um, but yeah, this could be over controlling emotions to the material and manipulating the influence. Then also you have Pisces in the 10th house. So this could be someone that's delusional about the importance of, your dreams. Taurus in the 12th house. They might be delusional about their status and their reputation, or they might be people pleasing. They might be people pleasing. Okay. They might consider people pleasing in the 10th house, right? For your status and reputation versus reality to carry their support to your subconscious or manipulate, or like I said, they might just be manipulating and projecting their people pleasing tendencies onto you. It might be like, oh, you're being selfish because you're manifesting from your dreams and imaginations in a consistent way, and they might just try to say you're being a lower octave Taurus and being stubborn in that form of being stubborn. Gemini in the 12th house. This is going to be This is going to be Leo in the second house. You're hitting enemies of gossiping about yours and others' dreams and imaginations that hit the fan because Leo is about expressing and his talents being on stage when you are having and chasing that shiny new object or thing or over focusing, right? Because Gemini here, this is a square, but you might be overthinking and communicating and talking about your dreams too much, talking about how disillusioned you are while being in a delusion, and then Leo's going to take that and just make some soap opera out of it. But the second house is about the values, about the tangible things, and it's going to think that it is these tangible things to get wrapped up in its own narcissistic tendencies or just this space of um, your finances just get wrapped up in being seen for this second house values, and the enemies can be jealous of that and then attack that energy, and then subconsciously in the back of your mind where you're not necessarily paying attention to most of the time, one of those twins is going to be running around trying to have plans on top of plans on top of plans on top of plans about two sides of the coin, overthinking two sides of the coins of his belief system, going in one belief system and exiting out, not with necessarily all the things recommended. Nah, I'm not the no, I'm not the best. I'm not the best. Yeah, no, I'm not the best. I'm not the best. Also you have Aries in the 10th house, so hidden enemies from being too independent in your status and reputation that leaves you frequently being scattered in your mind. Having Aries in your 10th house, you might express something too independently from your status or not caring for your status, but people still are messing with you. Like they fuck with you for real. But an enemy can be jealous of that and try to wrap you up in some publicity stunt or you saying something to get canceled or however that cancel culture, that PG era was, getting you wrapped up in that. I just saw these notes. I'm wondering, did I make a live about this yet or not? Cancer in the 12th house. This is going to be Virgo in the second house. Hidden enemies that manipulate through your particular taste to be perfect or backing you into your shell of your dreams and imaginations and delusions to where you're nurturing these things and you're watering them and growing them up while Virgo in the second house, it could turn that criticism intrusively and be its own worst enemy, be its own worst constructive criticism, and devalue itself as far as the tangible items that it can manifest from nurturing its dreams and relating that amongst people, places, and things. With getting too much into the details of what other people are thinking and things of that nature. You also have, we're gonna say not You're gonna have this gonna be in the 10th house is Taurus. Taurus. So this will be hidden enemies via a fixated view of your status or nesting in the material, getting too settled down, too settled into your image and thinking that is you. And subconsciously it's gonna play out as some enemy coming across as, okay, this individual is stubborn, so what I'm saying, you might be too trusting of individuals that are just trying to use you for your status, that think they got the best interest for you in initiating. What I'm saying, you're initiating your dreams and imaginations, but you're not really holding on to it and using that substantiation energy so somebody can substantiate that for you. That's a hidden enemy you might not see coming. Leo in the 12th house. There's gonna be Gemini. No, there's gonna be Libra in the second house. It's gonna be home here. No, it's not gonna be home. My fault. But the hidden enemies that sow unpredictability amongst the people. You know what I'm saying? So you're shining and you're expressing your dreams and imaginations. You know what I'm saying? Because Leo's high key exalted in Neptune. So you're projecting this image, but you got people, places, things that want to question you, that want to question. You know what I'm saying? Uh, um, recognizing your own creativity, your energy behind closed doors. People are curious. People are curious to know how you have balance over these materials, how you attract these things, and are, not so attached to them, so so loosely and things of that nature. I mean, so tightly, but you're chilling with them loosely, and people want to know and are curious about that. Um, we got Gemini in the 10th house, Leo in the 12th. Hidden enemies with being over polarized for people pleasing to entice your expression. You know what I'm saying? Enticing you to step out of your shadows behind closed doors because Gemini is drawing all this light. So a hidden enemy can want to play on, you being two sided, and it can try to shoot a shot straight up the middle to divide you within yourself, and then it knows that it's got that insecurity of the Leo because it's already in the 12th house, already suppressed here. But like I said, it's high key exalted in that area. Virgo in the 12th house. This is you having Cancer, no, not Cancer, but Scorpio in the second house. So hidden enemies from perfecting the details of your dreams, but your hidden enemies are coming from your sketching out trust issues with achieving these objects and the material things, right? They're playing, hidden enemies are playing on your trust. They're playing on your top. Mm. They're playing on your top as far as like um, you being deep and not trusting with your dreams and imagination. It can play you against yourself to sting yourself. Also, Cancer in the 10th house. Hidden enemies via being too connected to your status, and they might manipulate your nurturing energy for nurturing your status beyond. what's going on beyond business, what house everyone's staying at, who's chilling, and they're taking advantage of you via, Virgo being in its opposite house, Cancer being in its opposite house. So these energies can polarize themselves out, but it's going to be uncomfortable in this area by default, and it's going to go extra hard to try to balance it out in its own area. So people might be taking advantage of you, making sense of your dreams and imaginations. They might give you the details and the criticisms, or give you the rope to hang yourself with, or what they might be attempting to do. Scorpio in the 12th house is going to be Capricorn in the second. Hidden enemies via deep dreams that you are ambitious for your material gains or attachment to the material for sake of being seen as a status. So individual knows you have this connection to the status. It knows that you don't mess around when it comes to your dreams and imagination. It can't really get to you that way, but it can get to you through your material, Scorpios. Okay, so 10th house, this is going to be Virgo. Virgo, hidden enemies can come from those that rush you into a status, those that don't allow you to take your time, have patience, have discernment, and to be critical and judge others, or being overcritical of others to, like I said, they give you rope and hang yourself so that you're overcritical, so that you might be loosened up with your dreams and imagination because you providing all the detail into your status. You might think it's okay to pop out with your dreams and imaginations because other people are going to be distracted trying to break down your walls in the 10th house, right? And it might not work out that way. Sagittarius, you have Sagittarius in the 12th house. Your hidden enemies via this sextile aspect, 60-degree angle. You will be having Aquarius in the second house. Hidden enemies via being standoffish from your material security for the enemies that transmute your wisdom of your dreams and imaginations and expansion into tangible technology. You might get caught up in social media, caught up in online marketing, caught up in scams, fraud, via, like I said, the hidden enemies through the technology. You just experiencing the wisdom through your dreams and imaginations. You're imagining how if you go through that experience or use expressing yourself online through just some new form of technology, and it's gonna be some fraud or people looking at you, and that's how they can get you. This also on the other end, this is gonna be Libra in the second house. Being too diplomatic or people pleasing, they take advantage of you. Learning within your subconscious, they take advantage of your status of you trying to please everyone or be on both sides, and not just be split down the middle because you refuse to be passive because you got Sagittarius in this area, in this aspect of this saying this 12th house. Capricorn, the 12th house. Hidden enemies via using your dreams. Oh yeah, this is gonna be this is going to be Pisces in the second. Hidden enemies via using your dreams for sacred or delusional investments of items for financial literacy or financial gain via your grounded in the foundation, right? But you don't want to be overly detached to where you're too business minded that people know you have your dreams, but you profess these dreams as um you profess them as business. So people are gonna but you don't take the material seriously. You don't take your material seriously because you know that you can manifest more at any given time via just putting in that work with your dreams, imagination, making it practical, making it a realistic, step-by-step play. Also, Scorpio in the 10th house, you might have trust issues with people in the 10th house in your status. So there's going to be trust issues, hidden enemies playing on your trust issues. They're going to try to get in and be snitching on other people regarding your status to get you to loosen up about your dreams and imagination, to switch up your dreams and imagination or your foundation, to crumble it, because Capricorn's still going to initiate and use people in that form to take care of that business in that situation. Aquarius in the 12th house is going to be um, it's going to be Aries in the second. Hidden enemies in public that play on your independence of objects. Being independent of your objects and having your own independent expression or a way to go about things with your objects that they use. Like, oh, okay, you're gonna have your dreams and imagination, but you're also going to want to try to, be networking your dreams and imagination and make it not make sense so much like Virgo, but like make it diplomatic, but not too diplomatic like Libra. Just, revolutionary and opposing what dreams look like in your brain, or what dreams just look like in your imagination and things like that. So also hidden enemies, you're gonna have, this is gonna be Sagittarius in the 10th house. So hidden enemies that are just less grounded and trying to teach and experience wisdom through achieving different statuses, different rapports, different con artists or business sharks and things like that. But that's not the enemy. The hidden enemy is those actual not gym sharks, those actual business shark and the fraud alert people that's talking about going through the experiences just to your gullibleness or your naivety to play on, your hidden motives or undoing via caring about the people, because it's co-ruled by Saturn, and that 10th house is that Saturn area. Um, so it's trying to direct your dreams to a bigger mission, as if your mission isn't big enough. Oh yeah, I realized I did skip from Virgo to Scorpio. Libra, 12th house. Hidden enemies. This is gonna be Sagittarius. No, yeah, Sagittarius in the 2nd house. Hidden enemies being via having a sense of diplomacy with your dreams and imagination, trying to make it look relatable by experiencing gaining and losing and gullibility and naivety. Like, the hidden enemies will come and try to take advantage of your naivety, take advantage of pretending to be loyal and riding alongside you in this 2nd house energy. Leo in the 10th house. Hidden enemies via narcissists trying to get you to express yourself so that they, like, you have a status and a reputation, and they steal your image. They steal your public image. And Leo's going to go to war about that, about his individuality. But they still, your image is stolen. But, you're appealing to the people pleasing fantasies via Libra in the 12th house. Okay, and Pisces in the 12th house is going to be playing off of Taurus in the 2nd house. Hidden enemies in your boundaries or lack thereof in oversettling and not progressing your dreams due to just settling down and not wanting to expand, or people not wanting you to expand, making you feel overly comfortable. Then, what I'm saying, this might be some moon energy. People try to put you in to make you feel overly comfortable so that you don't progress forward. Also, Capricorn in the 10th house, hidden enemies that use your status or your self-discipline and mastery to take advantage, or progressive means to extend your status more than you would be willing to, because you're grounded, you're stable, and you're initiating stuff from the ground versus, all the technology, all the being seen on every TV screen. They tell you not to worry about that and things of that nature, but that's something that you should worry about. So thank you all for joining me. That's your hidden enemy. Shout out to the Leo King for the inspiration for this video, for this live video. And everyone have a good night. Y'all stay safe and peaceful and get some rest. I'll see you when I see you. Through your eyes, I see my truth. What is revealed in me is shared with you too. Good night.